Taleb Rifai, I'm the Secretary General of UNWTO, the United Nations World Tourism Organization.
Okay, well, good afternoon, and thank you for talking to Breaking Travel News today. And congratulations on a fantastic event here in Jamaica. We've been hearing a lot about collaboration between the public sector and the private sector. Can you explain to our viewers quite what role you hope the UNWTO will bring to that development of tourism?
Definitely. Let me just illustrate that with a very clear example. We are the only United Nations organization that has non-governmental members in it. Where UN is usually, the membership is for states and countries. And what we have is a membership called the affiliate members, which bring in all the private sector, all NGOs, all academia into the play. Because we believe that our industry in particular cannot function without all stakeholders being there together. So that's what we bring to the table, and that's what we believe in, and that's how we're working. That's why this meeting is a very important one, because it's not only about ministers and public officials coming here, it's about us listening to the other side of the story.
Do you feel the Caribbean, given its geography and its proximity to North America, faces a unique set of challenges in the hospitality sector?
Yes, but it's not just the proximity to the United States that's creating these challenges. It's one of the challenges, of course, when you're nearby and in the shadow of a big country and a big market like the U.S., you become too much dependent on that, and you're much affected by that. But there are other kind of challenges. It being an island destination, a sea destination, a resort destination, and the vulnerability of being in where it is, with regard to climate change and with regard to all kinds of natural impacts on it, is creating another set of challenges. But the third set of challenges, what that is common within it and many other developing countries, which is basically the economic standards and the economic capabilities of the people and the countries, which make the situation regarding the model of tourism that you want to develop very unique and very special. You can't really deal with a country like Jamaica like you're dealing with a country like Spain or Portugal even, or even Malta. I'm saying Malta because it's another island as such, because the economic level and the stage of development of that society is different from that of many of the Caribbean societies. So I'd say all these three make Caribbeans very unique and very special.
And this event is taking part as the Year of Sustainable Development. How has the event moved you closer to your goals of the 2030 development goals?
Well, you know, the International Year of Sustainable Development is based on the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. So what we're doing is we're measuring our impact on each and every one of those. Although tourism may have been only mentioned in 3 of these goals, goal 8, 12, and 14, but yet it can impact, and it does impact and influence all 17 of them. Goal number 1, for example, is reducing poverty. Goal number 16 is about peace and understanding in the world. All of these 17 goals can be affected and can be influenced by how we manage our sector.
And just a final question, you yourself are coming towards the end of your tenure now, just a few weeks left. What successes do you look back on over your period in charge of the UNWTO?
I think one of the most rewarding results, if I may say so, that have developed in the last 8 to 10 years is the recognition of our sector. When I first started my mandate, as the Minister may have pointed out in the press conference that preceded this interview, it was the worst economic crisis that mankind has ever seen in the 20th century, 2008, 2009. Plus the fact that tourism was never taken seriously at the time. I still remember the day when I was first introduced to my colleague at the UN, when I was introduced as the Secretary General of the UNWTO Tourism Organization. The expressions on their faces were indicating how they felt about it. I mean, even my colleagues were not taking it seriously. Tourism was about a big party, nothing more, having fun. Today, it's about jobs, it's about development. Today, we're acknowledged to be a development agency by OECD, by DAC, by many, many other institutions and organizations all over the world. We're creating jobs. We're providing income to people. We always have been doing this, but it's the recognition part that I think is the best part of what happened in the last 8 years.
Very interesting points, and I really appreciate you taking the time to speak to us today. Thank you.
So much. Thank you.